Portugal is an amazing country filled with a rich history, beautiful places, and amazing people. So how could someone possibly enjoy this country in 24 hours? Well, we had no choice, so let's try. We're late. Hi everyone, my name is Taimur, and this is our extremely quick trip to Portugal right after our trip to Morocco. Hot tip, if you do a multi-city trip with layovers, you get a chance to explore more cities and you get to save some money. And this was our stop to Lisbon, Portugal, where we had practically 1 day and 2 nights to enjoy the city. I'll be detailing what we did and roughly how much we spent there. We ideally wanted to spend no more than 150 euros per person on this trip, given that we wanted to try the food and get some gifts. So we'll see how we did. Upon arriving and leaving the airport, which was really nice, we quickly got a handle of their public transit system. We paid 2 euros each for a reloadable transit pass. Each time we entered a station to ride a train, it was 1.5 euros for the ride, and it only charged us when we entered the station and not every time when you swapped trains. The public transit system was really nice. As someone who lives in the traffic of Los Angeles, this was an amazing experience. Upon getting off at our stop, we walked towards our small Airbnb in the heart of Lisbon. Here was our Airbnb, a really tiny 2-bedroom and 1-bathroom space that cost us roughly $175 or $43.75 per person for the 2 nights that we spent there. Despite the small space, the views were amazing, especially since we were on like the 5th floor. That night though, we were exhausted. We ate at a nearby Indian restaurant which cost us roughly 13 euros per person, and then we quickly went to sleep. The next day, we scheduled a trip to visit Palácio da Pena, or Pena Palace. To get there, we took the train headed to the Sintra Mountains. Again, it was roughly 2 euros per person for the ride, and once we got there, we needed to take the bus ride up to the mountain too. That bus ride was about $11.50 for the round trip. There were tons of people offering rides so you didn't have to wait for the bus, but in the end, they were charging about 7 to 10 euros to get up and 7 to 10 euros to get down. The bus, despite the wait, was cheaper. To enter the park, it was about 13 euros, and once we rode up the small little tram, we got in line to get to the palace. Once we got to the top, the palace was beautiful. We actually went once they reopened after a fire risk from the summer, so it was packed with people, which actually used up a lot of our time for this trip. The palace is a United Nations World Heritage Site and one of the 7 wonders of Portugal. It is a national monument, and from the top, you can see an amazing view of Lisbon and the surrounding areas. Once we got to the front of the line, we were able to go through many of the palace's rooms. The interiors of the palace were adapted to serve the summer residence of the royal family until they were exiled from the political revolution and coup d'etat in 1910. It was amazing to go through each room and see the different architecture as well as the personal items collected. My favorite part of the palace though has got to be the views. It was amazing to see the clouds pass over us and see the city miles away. Afterwards, we took the bus back down to some shops and grabbed lunch. I ate bacalhau à brás, a Portuguese dish made from shreds of salted cod, onions, and thinly chopped fried potatoes, all bound with scrambled eggs. It was really good. The meal was about 12 euros per person, and after, I tried pastel de nata, a Portuguese egg custard tart pastry. It was about 2 euros, and it was really good too, despite how tired I looked. Not bad. Custard.
Does it just taste like a donut?
No, it's just like
Like a sweet pasty?
kind of. It's very flaky bread, just filled with custard.
Okay.
The majority of it is just custard. It's sort of like flan.
Like flan?
Flan at the top and then regular crust at the middle.
So how much do you rate it?
It's good.
The pillow
It's
is
good.
so good.
The pillow?
It's really good.
Oh, you didn't get a pillow?
You want to try some of the pillow?
Try a
It's
bit of the
really
pillow.
good. It's warm.
It's really soft and warm. Holy fuck.
It's flaky.
Oh yeah, hold it for you.
Oh yeah. Look at that.
It's really flaky.
It's really
It's good though. Isn't it good?
Is it better? I might try it, yeah.
It's very sugary.
It's like banderia but soft and
Oh, that's what I thought, like banderilla.
We also tried other desserts, and they were good too. And each was about €2 as well. We then walked back to the train, and despite us being late, we had to shop for some knickknacks. We have a train to catch.
They got a train to catch. They're looking at bracelets. I'm eating.
You want something? In total, we probably spent about €30 on little things to take home and gifts for others. Walking through Sintra Mountains was gorgeous. I mean, look at this photo. Look at this. This is incredible. The place was so nice and it felt amazing to be there. Upon realizing we were about to miss the train though, we ran all the way back. But luckily, we made it just in time. From there, we headed back to the heart of Lisbon via train. Once arriving and leaving the train station, we tried a cookies and cream and chai tea frappuccino from Starbucks, and it cost us about €5 each. We then explored more of the city, had ice cream for €6, and continued walking around. We also went to a farmer's market and Sam found some earrings that were €20. We then walked around the stores and saw some cool shops, including this sardine shop. That was crazy. Towards the end of the day, we enjoyed the nightlife of the city. And after, we finally went back home. After getting some much needed rest, we grabbed a quick breakfast that cost us about €8 per person, and we headed to the airport. From there, we went back home. Overall, Portugal is an amazing country to visit. Sam and I are so bummed that we only got to spend around 24 hours there and would definitely want to go back. Despite what we did, there was just too much to experience in just 24 hours. Although I would argue that we saw a lot at Pena Palace, but there are just so many beautiful sights to see and a ton of diverse and delicious food that just can't be experienced in 24 hours. In total, we spent about €146 per person, which was under our goal. It wasn't too bad, and we could have definitely reduced some of our purchases. With all this in mind, we definitely want to go to Portugal again. Thank you and obrigado for watching this video. I hope you all enjoyed. If you did, feel free to drop a like and subscribe. Have you been to Portugal? What do you think about the country? Let us know in the comments down below, and I'll see you all in the next video.